Welcome back to another Blunt Talk with Shane Alexander. What's up, guys? What's up? As you heard in my last video, I had my hysterectomy and all of that stuff. I had an update, and we had the New Year's. I am fully healed from that completely. Stitches have finally fallen all out. They were still in on the last video. Now they fell out by themselves. Um, Big shockers this past week or so. Kobe Bryant just died, along with some other individuals on a helicopter. Life, that is life. I think we take life for granted, and then we take death too seriously. That's my topic. We take life for granted. I was trying to find a topic, but I just wanted to talk to y'all anyways. But that's how I feel, and I think our society has put too much oomph on death instead of it being what it's supposed to be, which is a rebirth and stuff like that. And if you watch the movie Midsummer, you would understand what I'm saying, because they had that mentality. And yes, it was shocking to people that were from our culture base, or shocking from people who come from where we come from, but to them, it was an everyday thing. And I think that's what a lot of us forget, is that the only reason why we go with these patterns, the only reason why we have these patterns, the only reason why these patterns continue is because that's what we're used to. Somebody taught you that, you're teaching somebody, and it just keeps going and going. But who's to say that the pattern or the lesson does not have to be changed? Who's to say, okay, a homegoing, like in Jamaica when people pass away, it's literally a party for 3 to 4 days or something like that. It's a party for some days, for sure. It's a party. It's not a funeral. It's a party going on for some days. Yes, you have those moments where you're like, I miss this person. Damn, I wish they were still here and we can have these conversations. But at the same time, I'm looking forward. Same way I feel like, because it's a circle of life, right? Same way you feel like when somebody's pregnant, you like, damn, I haven't met you yet, but I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to have the conversations I'm going to have with you. Is blah, 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 blah. That person's not here yet on the planet. They are, but they're not. Same thing I feel like in death. That person's not here anymore. You wish you could have those conversations with them. Blah, 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 blah. But until you're reborn into that next sector, then that's just what it is. Until the baby is born into this sector, that's just what it is. You can't force it. You can't fight it. You can't get stressed about it and get yourself upset and anxiety ridden and depressed and stuff like that because of the circle of life. It's no point to. It is no point of me being upset that there's oxygen in the air. It is what it is. It's going to be that. There's no way I can change it. So that's been on my mind. Just seeing everybody seemingly come together and seemingly fall apart at the same time over Kobe Bryant's death, which confused me because factually he didn't pay any of y'all bills. I understand the stories. People keep saying, well, he helped me get through this, and he helped me get through that, and he helped me get through this. And factually, if there is a God, if there is a God, that's great to hear that the human helped you get through those moments, but you have to still give glory to who made that human. And I find like the story of Job, where Jesus or God, gave Job had 10 on top of 10 on top of 10 on top of 10 type of things. But God found it in himself to go ahead and take all of them to show him who God really was. It doesn't, we don't have to agree with it. It doesn't mean that, it's right to us, but it's right to somebody. But I just feel like we put so much emphasis, so much power, so much of this into one human or this human, instead of spreading it out into all humans. All humans. You should miss Kobe Bryant or be sad by Kobe Bryant being dead or dying, the same way we should be saddened right now about the people in China who are getting sick and dying. Same way we should care about the children that are inside of the ice camps. Ice camps, I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. And they're dying from just the flu. Not saying the flu ain't nothing. I'm just saying they're dying. These are everyday problems. These are everyday things that I'm not hearing nobody talk about on no timeline, no Facebook, no Instagram, no Snapchat, no this. But the same humans want to make it as though the world was supposed to stop because one human died. And between my anxiety and my depression, I have to sit down and really come to conclusions and figure things out, because otherwise I'll just be sad about them. And so this was the conclusion that I came to, that our importance, what we put our importance into is not really of importance. And I think we need to start looking at that and thinking about that, sitting back and saying, what are we showing our kids? Or not our kids? What are we showing the next generation? What are we showing the stranger down the street? A lot of people look at me like, well, why would you care? Why would you care about the kid? And then the kids are in China. That has nothing to do with us. It has a lot to do with us. Because the same way, if my kid was sick here, I want the motherfuckers in China to care. That's how I feel. So, I did not understand how the world was supposed to stop. I understand that it was a tragedy, but there's tragedies everywhere happening. I'm not seeing as much oomph being put into them. Another note, I noticed a lot of people made money off of his death. Now, if we really stood for something and didn't just fall for anything, peep game. Instead of people saying things to me, and it was multiple people, instead of people saying things to me about with me being honest, because I was just being honest. I felt like I wasn't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just trying to be honest about how I feel. But the niggas that was saying shit like the rape stuff, or you had people coming out just saying, vulgar things, not facts. They were just vulgar. Y'all still friends with them. So let's not pretend and get on my page or try to get on my level, trying to get on my head about talking about something. And if anybody wants to make some comments on here, have at it. Drop them down. That's fine. But understand, I'm going to speak my facts. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to speak how I feel about the situation. I feel you guys put too much importance into one single man. And didn't look at the bigger picture. It took hours before we even, really knew that it was multiple people on the helicopter. Nobody gave a fuck. Just being honest. Nobody really cared. I'm sure the families of those people genuinely hurt, really cared, all that stuff. But everybody else didn't even know their names. So I want us to start looking at, or I challenge you to start looking at what your importance is put into. What are you teaching your kids? What are you teaching the next generation? What are we teaching them? That death makes the world stop? That one person is greater than the rest if that person's gone? Are we saying that the lives everywhere else just don't matter because they don't play in the NBA? Or I'm asking. I'm not saying this. I'm asking because that's how it made me feel, looking at everything, even to the people talking about, oh, I better not see nothing on your timeline today except for Kobe Bryant. You gonna bully people about what they can put on their social media? Freedom of speech? Oh. Y'all even got mad at the lady when she said the rape allegations. Be mad, but y'all trying to y'all was trying to get her fired. Cause she brought up something that actually happened. But, and I'm gonna leave it at this. The rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine could go give testimony, snitch on this person, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And this nigga getting what? Money off of it? Wasn't he a rapist too? I hear half of y'all laughing, making jokes about it. This dude is still alive, making money off of what? Like, what are we putting our importance into? What are we putting our importance into? What's important to you? When does the world stop? Or supposed to stop? Has anybody ever passed and you felt like your world stopped? And then you come to the conclusion months later that it never did. It never does stop. When I die, the world ain't gonna stop. That's just what it is. But we could leave some type of mark here and some type of lesson so the next ones don't have to go through the same type of grief. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And that's how we got to start thinking about it. Somebody trying to call me. Decline. I thank y'all for sitting here listening to me vent. I apologize if I offended anybody, of course, but I had to get that out. And I hope I was understood. Hope y'all could understand what I'm saying. But we got to put more importance into the things, the trees that are alive. And the way I see it is, if you have a rose bush and a rose died on that rose bush, you don't cut down the entire bush. There's still life thriving throughout it. And when y'all try to make the world just stop because one rose dies, that's like cutting down the whole bush. Everything stops. Nothing's thriving. Catch y'all later on another Shane. Oh, Blood Talk. I was Shane Alexander. Ah!